someone on okay, so we have boarded the flight. What airlines did you work on?
Emirates.
Emirates?
Emirates.
Emirates. All right, we've officially boarded the flight. I'm sitting in flight. I'm sitting in the seat. What do you say to the people?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. This is EK201, bound from Dubai to New York.
Oh my goodness, that sounded so good. That was so cool.
Don't ask me to do it in Arabic, please.
Oh, ooh, did you have to learn?
I didn't have to, but I
did. You?
Yeah.
What are some words that you know in Arabic?
Oh, many.
Like, what are a couple? Like, what? How do you say flight in Arabic?
Okay, so I can say you a sentence with.
Okay.
So salam alaikum. أتكلم شوي عربية. أرى ربطتي مد المقاعد.
You're so cool. Okay, so what did you just say?
Hello. Well, salam alaikum is hello. Welcome. How are you?
Salam alaikum.
My name is Claire. I can speak Arabic.
Okay.
And if you're on board for your general safety, please fasten your seatbelt.
You're so cool. Oh my goodness. All right, friends. Well, I'll officially kick us off here. We've got Claire on the podcast today. I'm super excited to have Claire. Claire is a beautiful and dear friend of mine. She's been coming to the gym, I think next month is a year. Claire does the hybrid program along with some personal training with Coach Hudson. And she was this month's featured athlete. So we got to learn a little bit about her on the newsletter. And today we're going to learn about her on the Daily Reps. So welcome, Claire.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure.
As you guys can see, we don't have Joel on today. He wasn't able to make it to recording today. So we've got Jonathan over there.
Sorry, guys.
Somebody's got to draw the short straw.
Yeah. So we've got Jonathan on with us as well. So thank you, Jonathan, for coming on as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And helping host the beautiful, wonderful Claire Overton. So Claire, tell us a little about yourself. You're originally from the UK. Where in the UK were you from? Blakeney?
Yeah.
Did I say that correctly?
You did, Blakeney.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so it's a very, very tiny coastal village.
Yeah.
On the North Norfolk coastline.
Okay.
Population started out actually when I was growing up about 500 people.
Mm-hmm.
It's grown significantly since then because a lot of people have moved to the coast because they wanted retirement homes and holiday homes. So we have probably gone up now to a couple of thousand.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 3,000, but I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Rough guess.
Yeah.
It's very seasonal. There's a lot of good business in the summer.
Yeah.
Winter is also busy, but obviously it's more colder. But what really attracts people is like all the wildlife. We have like real different species of birds.
Yeah.
We have seals.
I was doing a little bit of research on the UK and so before I would like looked you up on Facebook and I was like, I can't remember. She's told me before, but where exactly is she from? And then I seen on your Facebook, it said Blakeney, UK. So then I was like Googling Blakeney, trying to look all cool. So I could be like, oh, what's Blakeney popular for? And it specifically said the wildlife and it specifically said seals.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. So boats, run there in the summer daily to take tourists out on them, and it's called Blakeney Point. So you go out like in these boats, you take a packed lunch and they spend a whole day out there and they can either walk back. I don't recommend it because if the tide comes up you get stranded. But it's really sweet. It's a sweet little coastal town and we are probably an hour and 20 minutes away from the nearest city. So it's really isolated.
Yeah.
Right out there.
Does your family all still live there?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's where I was born and grew up. So I spent most of my life there until I moved away.
That's amazing. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about like what are some of your favorite, fondest childhood memories that you have growing up in Blakeney?
Well, my mum has a lot of brothers and sisters.
Okay.
She had 5 brothers and 3 sisters.
Holy smokes.
And so there was 8 of them.
Wow.
There's only one of me.
Okay, yeah.
But I had a lot of cousins.
Yeah.
And we would always get into mischief. Like I've got the main.
Oh, what kind of mischief, Claire?
Things we shouldn't have done. Like I was always seen as the troublemaker.
Were you really? No way.
Always. So we used to just do things like make mud pies. on the mud in the marshes. We used to throw them at innocent people walking by.
No, you did not.
We were terrible kids. Really.
Like tourists? You're like, go back home.
Pretty much. We just misbehaved. And it was just like, they were like my two brothers growing up.
Mm-hmm.
We're still really close today as well.
That's cool.
It's really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So did you get into, tell us about like your career and how you got into being a flight attendant and kind of what was that journey like? Was that like you knew you wanted to do that when you were growing up and in high school, or is that kind of later on?
Yeah, that was not the first stop for me at all.
Okay.
No. So I did primary school, I did high school, and then I went to college for 5 years and I studied to be an esthetician.
Okay.
I studied cosmetology.
Oh, wow.
A course.
Okay.
Combined. So it was 3 years beauty, 2 years hair. And what I come to realize later on is that you cannot be good at both of them. You have to pick one.
Okay.
Pretty much, because there's just not the time to professionally pursue.
I gotcha. Mm-hmm.
So I was coming to the end of a 5-year college course.
Oh, wow.
I started as a beauty therapist and then I worked my way up. I had 8 years in the spa. So all things like mud wraps and everything like this. So anything that you could pay to get done, I was pretty much making it.
That's so cool.
Spa.
So we just need to make a spa, a Five Forks spa.
Five Forks spa.
And have you be the head of it. I would be down. What just happened? My mouth literally just jumped down at me. We might have to edit some stuff.
What was that? We got a mouse on the loose.
I am crying. I was trying to we were giggling because this started clicking.
No, I think it's the cell phone.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Whenever you get a text message and it's coming through.
You got to talk in your microphone.
Sorry. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Whenever we get a text message or a phone call, it's giving feedback, and that's why I was making that noise because your phone was going off.
My phone was doing something.
Yeah.
We'll edit some of this out. OMG.
Leave it. I think it's funny.
It is pretty funny. So you went to school and for
5 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Which was probably about an hour and 20 minutes from where I live.
Okay.
So I did actually skip a bit out. Sorry, because I forgot some. So in my teenage years, I started work at 13, which is probably highly over here. But I'm talking about weekend work,
right?
Hotel work. So that was really to get me enough money to buy myself a banger, a car. To get to
Is that what they're called in the UK?
A banger, an old banger.
A banger.
Like today, you always love your first car.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get anything flash for your first car because you're guaranteed to have a couple of accidents.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I started at 13 and that was a hotel and that was waitressing work.
Oh, okay.
So I did get enough money to go to college, which my parents put me through, but I needed transport because it was a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I pursued the esthetician career in hairdressing 5 years.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, I was just saying that I got a placement into a spa. So the deal was that I finished my last year of college off, but had a full-time job at the same time. So it was like hands-on experience.
Yeah.
As like a work placement.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so that's where that took me, and heavily into the spa business. That's what I've studied. But
do you still enjoy doing anything with that?
I haven't practiced anything for a long time, but I love doing stuff on myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love to do my own nails, my own hair, my makeup, everything. And
do you use one of those face thingies? What's it called? The metal thingy.
Those rollers get under that double chin.
Yeah. Do you use one of those? Is it for draining?
Yeah,
drainage
and stuff.
Do you do
like
that?
Yeah,
do you recommend that?
I do it all. Masks.
Do you do that, Jonathan?
Yeah.
No clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, all that stuff, all those stuff that that with the batteries in when you may sort of massage the skin and masks and all that sort of all of it.
Cool.
Yeah. Love that.
So you did the waitressing for a little while. So how did all of this come together and you eventually get into being a flight attendant?
Right.
How did that come around? Daily Reps is brought to you by Drift. Drift combines nature's most powerful relaxation botanicals and alcohol-free beverages that help you unwind, recover, and sleep deeply. We're building a new kind of drinking culture, one rooted in clarity, calm, and connection. Drift helps you unwind without the alcohol and without slowing down your goals. Visit enjoydrift.com or our very own gym fridge for that first cool, relaxing sip to drift into relaxation.
Well, the ultimate dream was to work on a cruise liner.
Okay.
Esthetician.
Oh,
That
wow.
was my ultimate
man.
dream growing up. So you asked me, sorry, to revert back to it. And then I kind of... So that was what I really wanted to do. And that was what my heart was set on. Going back to the beauty career in the spa, I'd done 8 years with them. And unfortunately, I didn't really have a very nice boss.
Oh, no.
Probably more so the last 3 years of my career.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very female-orientated environment at that time. And it was very competitive because you had to make commission to survive.
Yeah.
Because every treatment that you did, you would upsell, you would link products, and that would be one side of the business, and the other side is the shop front and the retail, where if you take a customer through for a facial, you then put them in the shop with a full prescription of product, and they hopefully buy what you recommend because it's part of the service. But if the girls in the retail don't close your sales, then you're not bringing home as much bread every month. And that's a very important part of if you are somebody that works on commission. So I didn't have a very good relationship with a retail manager.
Oh, no.
To the point that it got pretty nasty, to be honest with you. And I just vowed to myself after that whole experience that I'm going to be your boss one day.
There you go.
And I'm going to treat people really well.
Yeah. Good for you.
And I'm going to do as much change out there as I can.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I went. Yeah.
Nice.
So I didn't make the cruise liners because I found out that the hours were really long. And perhaps you didn't get to see all that I thought you'd see with the days that you were done.
Okay. Yeah, because you're actually working. You're not getting to
100%
tour all the places. Yeah.
So I went to my dear friend in England for some help. And I said, listen, she was actually a customer in the spa, but she was also a really good friend of mine. And I said to her, listen, I got to get out of the spa business. I'm really unhappy. I need a change and I desperately want to travel. That's something to me that means the world. And she said, okay, let's get together your CVs. So over here, I think you call them resumes. And we sent a bunch out. Now, the ultimate goal was for me to apply for Richard Branson's British Airways, because in 2006, he had a company called Virgin V, which was a cosmetic line. Okay. So I was hoping to go into beauty cosmetics in flight. Oh, wow. Because he was doing that in 2005, 2006. And unfortunately, his business idea didn't launch. He had massive skincare companies around the UK. But the flight side of it didn't turn out to be that successful. So when I had applied for British Airways, you send a few resumes out. Emirates got hold of one. Okay. And said, we have some openings. Would you be interested in coming down to London on this date? And we'll interview you. Yeah. So I was reading through everything and I was like, yeah, but this isn't beauty therapy. This is not what I've trained to do, but it's travel. Yeah. Okay. So I applied. I went down to London and I was just shortlisted. I was anywhere near getting in. I turned up and there was 600 people there.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, yeah, right, I'm going home.
Holy smokes.
Joke.
Yes.
It was swamped because I just know everyone wanted to be a flight attendant back then, I guess. So,
Claire, how old were you at this time?
Okay, so this was in 2006. I was 25. Okay. Yeah, 25. 2006. Yeah. So I was down in London there, interviewing, and what had happened is a lot of girls that had turned up for the interview had flown before. And Emirates was not interested in taking girls that had previous knowledge in the aviation industry. And I came to find out later on that I think they just wanted to put their own flair on the individuals that were coming in, the new recruits. And if you had too much experience, you couldn't be molded and shaped as what they wanted to do.
Gotcha.
So the interviews were really good, and it was all about problem solving. So one of the things we had to do is create a vacational package for somebody that had a disability, a severe disability. And they were just looking for how well you work as a team. Do you not listen to everyone else's point of view? Do you talk too much? Do you talk too less? Are you in the middle? You know, how are you going to work as a team to problem solve this issue? And if you think about that, like when you're 38,000 feet up and there's problems, which there is, and I mean terrible problems some days, you need your team.
Oh, for sure.
You need your team of 30, you need a team of 16, whoever you've got, every opinion matters.
Right.
You know, because they might see things.
Different perspectives.
Or they might have seen, you know, something that you really need to know about. And if you don't listen to people, they weren't interested in that anyway.
Right.
So we got through, and the interview was a success. I got asked to go down again the next day. So actually me and a bunch of girls at the time, I think we hired a hotel room. We all crashed down there.
Oh, so fun.
Made it a fun environment, and we got through. They took 60. And I was one of them.
That's amazing.
Which is just awesome. Blessed with that experience. And once I got through, they said, initially, can you be ready and available within 3 months? So at this point, I was living at home. You know, 3 months. In that 3 months, we need X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. As things progressed, it turned out not to be 3 months. I had a month.
Oh my goodness.
Everything. Hand my notice in at the bar and get that security with a job. And they wanted me out there within a month. So within a month, I had left and I was flying in Dubai.
Wow.
But I was in the training program. You know? So the first...
What does the training for something like that consist of?
Well, it's 8 weeks intense.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's things like security you go through. You do bomb threats. You do trafficking, human trafficking. You do animal trafficking. Service, obviously, which is a very small part of it. Safety and security, which is the main things that we're being paid as an airline to daily.
Right.
Safety and security of passengers and the airline, which they really do pay for.
Yeah. Which I don't know if you can tell a whole lot about these details or not, but did you ever have to report anything like trafficking or anything?
So the thing of it is they train you on what to look for.
Right.
Okay. What signs to see in people, what is normal behavior, what is not normal behavior. And that can go into all sorts of things, even drug transportation.
Oh, yeah.
As well. Especially, you know, with some parts of the world, you're flying all over the place. And some people will, you know, taking it down a different road, but drugs, if you don't deal with that, you end up with deaths in flight. And we have a few of those.
Oh my goodness.
Until you're into a flight and somebody is refusing food, like let's say 15 hours in, you don't know there's something wrong.
Right.
Then you start to see other really strange behaviors.
Yeah.
They'll start asking the flight attendants for like olive oil. Do you have any olive oil? And then you're like, what? And that person hasn't eaten for 15 hours.
Right.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
So all of that. Yes, I did come across some shady activity. Many things, because it's a long time to be there. 20 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
I'm sure you saw quite a few things.
Yeah.
Do you report, like, if you see something or you notice something, is there like an air marshal that you report those things to?
So in Emirates, we don't have air marshals, but I can guarantee you there would be CID undercover on every flight.
Oh, wow.
We don't necessarily know about because the officer might be traveling on vacation.
Right.
He's a government worker, you know. So he could just be there and see that the crew are distressed and offer to help out.
Yeah.
But the main person I'm there to report to is the captain.
Okay.
Every single day.
Yeah.
So the information goes to him, and then it gets passed to VPNC, which is the Vice President of Network Crew Control. And it goes to ATC, Air Traffic Control Systems, and then they make the decisions based on our assessments.
Wow.
Are we going to land? We're going to divert? Or what action we're going to take.
Yeah. So much more moving parts than just like hopping on a plane and flying somewhere. Like there's all the different moving parts and things that you have to be aware of and willing to like report and take care of. And and then you're stuck up there with, you know, with this going on that plane. And then you can't be freaking out. Like you have to maintain your cool, even though you know something is going on.
Absolutely. So you always have to be calm and rational in the faces of 642 other passengers. Especially
That's
on
a big airplane.
Double deckers.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at you for reassurance.
Right.
The crew are perhaps young or they're younger. You know, and they're always looking for reassurance. And whatever decision ultimately is made comes from me as a leader with the help of my team. But if I make the wrong one, it's millions and millions of dollars that is down the plane, because you just can't land an A380 aircraft on any runway. The runways have to be over 3,000 meters to equip these planes, and you could be over the North Pole. So there's lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Did you meet your husband on one of these flights?
Actually, I did. There's 3 or 4 versions of this. So I've told you a version in the past.
Was that the wrong version?
I always tell you the wrong version.
Okay.
I think I've heard the real version.
Yeah. So when I met my husband was not in Dubai. So I was based in Dubai, and I lived in Dubai for 20 years. My husband was actually based in Kuwait. So he was in one of the neighboring UAE countries, the Gulf countries, we'll call it Gulf country. And he was a passenger on my flight. And it was really funny because I just remember him trying to wangle a free upgrade out of me.
Oh, no.
He so did. And I was like, I could just be like, oh my God. Because I actually remember saying to him, do you have a disability, sir? I don't see you have a broken leg. Anyways, he was trying to, and with Emirates, we don't just give free upgrades.
Right.
There is like a whole process to get an upgrade. But he wanted to go up and see the bar, because on the top deck is the bar and the business class. And
wow.
Class.
Yeah.
So at the back of business class is the lounge. And I invited him up. And I said, you can have a look and see maybe next time you'd like to travel. And he was like, well, that's the problem. I might get used to it. How much is it? And I was like, well, it's based off the sector that you're flying to.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, I think, sir, for you, it'll cost you like $4,000.
Oh, holy smokes.
So I just put an extra couple of thousand on.
Yeah, there you go.
His reaction would be like, he's like, what? And I'm like, luxury, my friend. You got to have it. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we just hit it off, to be honest with you. We talked, and the flight went really good. I was not supposed to be talking because I was busy, but could squeeze him in. So it turns out that he was going to the US. He was going to the US.
Okay.
And I was in the US as well for a short period of time. No, I did not meet up with him. But we changed numbers. And I got a text from him 2 weeks later when he had come back to the Middle East. So he's going to the US on holiday.
Okay.
Well, it's not holiday because he lives here, but he was doing something in Florida, put it that way. So he came back and he messaged me and he was like, hey, Claire, I just want to let you know that I'm in Dubai. Do you fancy meeting for a coffee? And the time that he messaged me,
that's so cute.
I was like, who's this? Sorry, I have no idea who you are. And he says, me, Guy, And it's because at this part of my life, I tried dating in Dubai. I'll be very honest with you. And it's a melting pot. And it's very difficult, especially being in and out of the city all the time. Everyone has different agendas. And it was just really, really, I wasn't into the whole thing at the time.
Right.
Claire, how old were you when you and Guy went out on this coffee date?
Well, it was 2016, so that would have been 30, 36, 35.
Yeah.
35.
Wow.
So I was 35.
Got it.
So.
But you look like you're 35 now, so I don't know how you were 35
sweet
back
friend.
then.
You really no, you can add another 10 on that, and 1 and 2 next month.
Nobody would ever guess that.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, he had messaged me for coffee, and I was on vacation with my mum. So my mum was over, and I had taken her to a different emirate for vacation. And he's like, can I see you? And I was like, well, I'm with my mum right now on vacation. And he said, well, I've got 20 hours in transit and then I fly to Saudi Arabia. And I was like, okay. So my mum was getting in on all this because I was with her. She said, what is going on? Who are you messaging?
Yeah.
I was like,
just a guy.
It's just a guy I met on a fly, And she was like, have him come up here. And I was like, okay. Weird, Mum. She's like, no, invite him for dinner. We're at a hotel. What's wrong with it? He's got 20 hours there. And I said, are you sure? And she went, yes. So I did invite him. I said, look, I'm in, I can't remember where I was. Where was I? Fujairah, I think it was. I said, I'm an hour and 20 minutes away. I'm with my mum, but my mum's inviting you up. Do you want to come out with us? Come. He did.
Oh, that's a good vibe.
There you go, girl. Mm-hmm. So, he came up and we met, and then we had some dinner. He met my mum, which was, I wouldn't have done that, but he was cool with it.
That's cool.
Then he went back to work. Mm-hmm. We kept in touch, and then we dated for about 6 or 7 months. He would put in the work. He'd come to Dubai, which I really loved because I was looking for the investment. Mm-hmm. When you want to build with somebody, you're looking for the investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just a quick fix. And right. That's how I, from experience, stayed. That's what I was after. So he was putting in the time, the effort to come over. And on the days he generally had to work, I would go to Kuwait or Bahrain, wherever he was. And we kept that going for about 6 or 7 months. Mm-hmm. And then after 7 months, we took our first vacation together. Mm-hmm. We went to Bali. And I fell in love with him in Bali. So it took a while, I'll be honest.
Romantic.
It took a while.
Oh.
Yeah, it took a while.
That's sweet. So how did you guys, fast forwarding here, how did y'all wind up in Greenville, even more specifically the Five Forks area?
Yeah. Well, originally we had decided on Florida because my husband used to be in the Air Force a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And he had his whole career and another life in Florida for a very long time. And he was quite set on Florida because he loved the amenities down there and everything. Mm-hmm. And then COVID struck. And it just probably wasn't the best move for us in terms of things getting more and more costly. Everyone moving down there. So he actually had a really good friend in Florida who... his father had a landscaping company.
Okay.
And he's been best friends with this guy for quite a while. And this friend of his mother's side of the family live in Simpsonville.
Okay.
So his friend was like, hey, man, have you checked out the Greenville area? And Guy was like, no, I haven't even thought about South Carolina, North Carolina. He said, you should, because it's affordable living.
Yeah.
That's what we all want, really.
Uh-huh.
We all have bills to pay and just everyone wants to be able to afford to live. And it's very different living somewhere when you have a strong income. Mm-hmm. But when you decide to retire and slow down a bit or work part-time, everything changes, because everything you've earned is going to go out the window.
Yeah.
So, his friend was like, you should check out the Greenville area. So we literally did everything online. I mean, I was still flying, and I can just remember him saying, you know what, I found some good houses up in the Woodruff area. Oh, I don't know at the time, but we just did everything online. And I remember having FaceTime with a construction manager.
Uh-huh.
And I never visited up here. Uh-huh. I just literally knew nobody, did everything online, and 6 months later, I found myself in a beautiful community.
Oh, yeah.
With people that happened to come and be members here as well, and had suggested to me, because I had said, hey, I really want to get in shape this year. This is going to be all about me. Not that I wasn't into fitness in Dubai. I was.
What kind of fitness were you into?
Well, I love my bike. I used to hit the tracks a lot, the maiden bike tracks. So I'd always be out on my bike. I did gym a lot, but more free weights and stuff. When I first moved to Dubai, I was heavily into like hybrid. It wasn't called hybrid. And then I started lifting. So I did a lot of Olympic lifting, but no CrossFit. So it was all with a coach.
So you did Olympic lifting? You did. Now me, friend.
Well, I have got some pictures of those days too. But now, because it's in the head of how far you can take it, that's kind of hard to let go. But I am 20 years old or 15 years old, whatever you want to call it. But that's, you know what's possible. Yeah. That's what I really enjoy about this whole athletic business and well-being. Unfortunately, I couldn't maintain what I had with flying because I got promoted and I had more responsibility. I used to take work home and I was sometimes gone for 17, 18 hours. Sometimes I was away for 4 or 5 days. And when you are living out of hotels, it is not always easy to eat clean.
Yeah.
Because they just don't cater to your dietary requirements and everything you want. And a salad in a country might not be like a salad in America.
Right.
You know? So it was very difficult. And I put on a lot of weight in my last, I think, 2 or 3 years of flying. And I was like, oh no, I gotta take this seriously.
Yeah.
And knuckle down. And there was a lot of stress with the job with that as well, because Emirates holds a very high standard of how you look. And that would never fly over here. That would never fly. But there's an age on it.
Oh, okay.
You have to be within the BMI.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because that's just the way they do business.
Yeah.
And that pressure some days got a little
frustrating. I'm sure it did, yeah.
I mean, I could pull off those extra pounds because I was taller, but I was still way over.
Yeah.
Way over. And I mean...
Did anybody say anything to you?
No, because I just, in a uniform, and I had high heels on all the time, I could get away with a lot. But it wasn't until I stopped flying that I realized how much weight I had put on. I had an extra 15, 16 pounds on me. And my energy was terrible. I was just like, oh my God, this is hell. Because you get sleep deprived.
I'm sure.
You know, and it just wasn't easy because you're awake through the night, you're awake in the day, and you grab carbs to stay awake, get through your shift.
Yeah.
And 80% of it is what is available in the moment. And you know, all airplane food is not good. It's cooked in a lot of preservatives and a lot of things. So I think that when you're on ground and you have access to everything, there's absolutely no excuse. But when you are traveling, it's a whole different game.
Yeah, for sure. So back to what you said about your community, was it I think, was it Laura and Roberto that initially invited you to the gym?
It was Ali, who had told me about that, but I had met Laura as well. Okay. So I think Ali was the one who I met Ali at a community event. And she had said, because I'd been probably moaning, saying something like, oh, do you know anywhere around here, girl, where I can get in shape? Because, God, I put on a lot of weight. And she was like, actually, I do. I go to Five Forks Athletics. And I was like, okay, how far away is that? And then I had spoken to Laura, and Laura was like, come, I do classes there.
Yeah.
I was like, brilliant. Let me come with a couple of times and let me get involved. And that's exactly what I'm after.
Yes. So cool.
That is exactly what I'm after.
So what's your experience been like so far doing the hybrid classes and being involved in that? We know you also do some PT with Coach Hudson, so.
Yeah. All of it has been absolutely brilliant. I love the full-on mixture of different things, because knowing that journey takes a long time. I think for me, I need variety. That's something that I have to be out there seeking every day, is just different workouts. And I feel that that's exactly what happens with the programming. No two workouts are the same. And it's in that group environment where I'm used to thriving because of David's career.
Yeah.
And then obviously with Coach Hudson, it's all about the strength and everything. So, and I thought I pushed hard on my own. But when you have someone who really tells you, where it needs to be at to get those extra results, I'm well aware of how nasty it's going to get. And I know what I signed on for.
Yeah, was it Tuesday? Tuesday you were working like really hard.
Well,
and I was like, you go, Claire. And you're working towards the in-house comp because you're doing that with Coach Jess.
Correct.
So have you ever done a competition like this?
Never done a competition, and I never competed like that. See, in Dubai, I did compete. I was competing against myself and other people, but it wasn't a competition.
Okay.
So it's like your coach would just make you do stupid, crazy things.
Yeah.
But the difference is I haven't, and I'm not big on the CrossFit side because I haven't really gone into CrossFit, even though Hudson would cover a lot of that in our strength training sessions, I'm sure. But I did have a word with him a couple of days ago, and I said, "Can we train for this competition?"
And he said, "Yep."
I said, "I don't want to look stupid here. I take this stuff very seriously. I've got to be able to grind to overhead at least. Right?
You're gonna crush it.
Get some knee raises in there." So he said, "Yeah." So I'm sure he's been making it a damn sight harder than what it should be. That's all fun, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's part of it, And
sorry.
No.
I was just going to continue with that. I just want to congratulate you, but you have lost quite a bit of weight since you've been here, right?
Totally. Yeah, I've hit 17 pounds.
Yeah.
17 pounds.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, I think I came in at 80. I was either 88 or 89 kilos, and I'm now down on very close to 75.
Wow.
So I think I am
doing the kilo math.
Yeah.
So in pounds,
2 pounds.
Yeah,
172 pounds.
Yeah,
I think I am now. And the ultimate goal would be like 165. Yeah, that would be awesome. But that's been another year.
Well, I do know one thing, and I've coached you some, is that you're just really hard on yourself, and I think that every time I see you really put in all that extra effort to make sure that you get all of the benefit from working out, which is what I love about you.
Yeah.
Because you're always challenging and pushing yourself.
Well, I see it as, I mean, if you're going to do something, I'm not somebody who'll do something halfway. I can't say I'm either all or nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's no happy middle.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I try to be, if I can still pull that off at 46, and I'll be happy, but I'll try to be good next year.
Well, you look amazing, and you just always have the best outlook, I feel like, on life in general, but in here in the gym, you're such a just blessing and light to be around.
Bless you.
I can be having kind of like a kind of morning, and then I'll just see your smiling face just doing laps around the parking lot. I'm like, I just love her.
Well, I had to learn actually to let go a lot, because I think that when I was in employment in the Middle East, I had a lot of responsibility, and I was always in my masculine energy. Because that's so much responsibility on my head and answerable to bosses and reps, and I didn't know how to let go until I finished work. And now I'm serious on myself, but I try not to take everything else too seriously. And the kids help me with that. Yeah. Which is really great, because I don't have them, but that's what they really help. They help me with that.
Yeah. I mean, I can say it for my kids, and I see it with other kids, but just speaking for my kids, you're always loving on them, bringing activities to them, painting their faces, and
and back was it an Easter? You made everybody little Easter baskets. That was the sweetest thing ever.
Well, that's just the craft side of me that likes to do.
You are very creative.
Yes, because I like to do arts and crafts. That probably comes from esthetician. Love interior stuff. I do interior stuff. So anything arty, I really enjoy that.
Yeah. The kids love it. They're always telling stories about Miss Claire at the house. Look what Miss Claire painted on my face.
That is the sweetest thing. Yeah, that is the sweetest thing.
Yeah, hanging out with them at the pool.
Yes.
I mean, you've truly become part of the family here at the gym.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do, because I need that. That's the space that, unless we have my husband's son, which is not all the time because school, he's in Virginia Beach, and there's a part of my life which I miss. And, by the time I met my husband, I was already, 36, and I had my career, and I was still in my career, and having a baby with flying and having a full-time nanny in a foreign country is a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't speak for other women, how they would like to navigate that, but myself, it's very different when you have family close by, because you have that support system.
Right.
But when you don't,
I could see that. Yeah. Well, as we kind of begin to wrap up the episode, I was going to ask you, what is something that you feel like maybe you've been learning in life lately?
Oh, you're going to laugh. The South Carolina State Highway Code.
Oh, gosh. What is that? Did you get pulled over, Claire?
Yeah,
Were you
does
speeding?
that mean you can't drive?
Were you speeding?
No, that is in order to license my vehicle, I have to take the driving test.
Uh-huh.
And not only do I have to take the theory, I have to take the practical.
Oh, no.
I've been driving around here for a year. Hudson said to me the other day, "Are you riding dirty, my friend?" I said, "No, I am not." I'm riding on a UK license.
Uh-huh.
But in order to get the license, I have to do the theory and the practical. Now, I'm coming from the other side of the road originally, because in Dubai...
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to drive out of your driveway and accidentally ride on the other side and have to be like, oh, wait a minute.
Not
Back on the
now.
side.
Not now, but I did in the beginning.
Oh.
So I'm trying to learn the highway code to get through that test. And I like leadership books as well.
Okay.
I read a lot of leadership books.
Yeah.
So,
What kind of books? Like,
I love Stephen Covey.
Okay.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I love all different types of things. Novels, leadership, just like, I love books in general. Anything that I can learn to make myself better, I'm all for that.
I love that. I love that about you.
Give us all a tip here. In a world of fast pace where everything is social media, computers, internet, TVs, what keeps you grounded in that reading and being able to shut out everything else and have that time to sit down and get separated from all the craziness of the world?
I think helping other people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's just my thing that I like to do. Like, having been in the Middle East for so long and having the support systems that I had, and I was very fortunate to get promoted through the years, and I love that. I love to see people succeed. I love to see people get promotions. I think if you're doing well, and you should bring other people up with you.
Absolutely.
And I just think that's the best thing that I've learned. And that's probably from having a negative experience, like I said, in the first job that I did. But I think because when you leave one day, or when you move on, and in your case, it will be your children, but they're going to run your little empire or your business or your, like we call them globalistas, like they are the future, kids are future. And even people around you who are a different generation, who are 10 years younger, 5 years younger, they still need to thrive and support their families. And so whatever information I think you should share, you should just pass it on.
Yeah.
And I need that of other people too.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be the best that I can be version of myself. So
Well, we appreciate your leadership and the example of hard work that you give here at the gym.
Absolutely.
I try, and I appreciate you having me as part of the family, because I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, you really are such a kind soul. And I feel like anytime anybody asks you, Claire, can you help with this? Like, you are just on board. Yeah. And not only do you show up, but like you show up and then you just exceed and excel and go above and beyond. And you just kind of have that like servant's heart about you. And you're just so kind and encouraging.
Well, I do believe that's what I was called to do, to be honest, because the Middle East, I saw a lot of things. And with travel, I've seen a lot of poverty, and I've seen a whole bunch of things that really have, my views are probably like not a lot of other people's views, because the more exposure that you have, the more you want to shape yourself into.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, Claire.
Welcome.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate
And thanks for being patient with us with all this.
It's all been fun.
It's definitely been fun.
Guys, make sure to like and comment and tell Claire how great she is.
So amazing. So amazing. Love you, lady.
Thank you. Love y'all.
All right, friends. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.